stretch on for the Whole Life Fitness Manifesto.
Good morning, everybody, or good evening for some of you. It's, we're doing a mobility session again. It's day 15 of the Whole Life Fitness Manifesto, our 28-day journey that we've all committed to. What is that commitment? Well, it's 30 minutes a day, 2% of every 24 hours. We vest in our number one asset, which is ourselves, our bodies, our minds, our spirits. And we do that by moving our body with purpose for 15 minutes, followed by 5 minutes of mindful meditation. And then we end with 10 minutes of concentrated personal development. Good morning, Erica, or good evening to you, I guess, out in Toronto area. So thank you for tuning in. So as we head into this third week, we're really starting to see momentum kick in. We're starting to notice that these daily deposits of 30 minutes are starting to compound and compound in big ways, especially with how we perceive things. Right? Really how we perceive things, including ourselves and our own life and our lifestyle choices, right? It's that mindset, it's that muscle between the ears that more often than not is the least conditioned muscle in our body. It really is. And that's why we have to concentrate on actually taking action to make it stronger. And we do this a lot of different ways. But the one way that I've found has been most critical in my own life and my own personal development as well as professional development is surrounding myself with great people, a community, a tribe, if you will, of like-minded individuals that we can support one another, uplift each other, console one another, but ultimately be that community for one another to continuously hold us accountable, right? Because there's days where we can't hold ourselves accountable. I know that. Life happens. It just does. So if you're not part of our Whole Life Manifesto community yet, please go to join, WLFM.com, put in your name and email. It's free to join. Really, there's no excuse. And start receiving the daily emails. Hello, Leland. Hello, hello. So today, guys, for day 15, because last week on day 8, it was very popular. We had a lot of people write in to say thanks for the mobility, 15-minute guided mobility session. So we're going to do another one today. It's a little bit different, but a couple of the movements are still ones that you were introduced to last week. And so we're going to be holding some of the poses a little bit longer. A couple of them will be holding for 2 to 4 minutes, but it's 15 minutes, right? It's 1% of your 24-hour day. This is a great way to finish up a night or begin a day. It doesn't matter. It's all about rest and recovery and really giving our body what it needs. Movement. It wants to move well, right? And so today, just so you guys can actually see the board for once, I'm going to flip this so you can see what our stretches are. All right. We're going to do a deep squat for 1 minute. We're going to follow that up with a 2-minute saddle stretch, followed by a 2-minute puppy pose, then a 2-minute seal or sphinx stretch. Follow that up with a downward dog for 1 minute, and then we'll transition to an iguana stretch where it will be 2 minutes per leg. Then we're going to go into sort of a rag doll, which is going to really be good for our hamstrings and our lower back to mid back. And we're going to end it with the deep squat again. There's a reason why I've bookended it with the deep squat, and this is to really notice, and feel and appreciate how good this is actually. Because you're going to find a lot of us have hip flexors because we spend a lot of time sitting, right? We're sitting at the table eating our food. We're sitting on the couch watching the tube. We're sitting in our chairs driving and commuting to work. And also, what else do? We sit at work all day, right? Behind a computer screen. So we spend a lot of time sitting, not enough time moving, doing what the body's meant to be doing. So this simple 15-minute routine is really going to be geared towards opening up your hips, opening up your shoulders, opening up your back, just allowing the body to flow and flow well, okay? But it's something that you have to continuously do and put effort into it. So it's a great recovery routine. I like to do this even sometimes when I'm just watching a movie with the kids, right? Rather than sitting on the couch, I'll be sitting on my yoga mat doing some stretching. So these are little habits that you can then start to cascade, right? Cascade over other things you're already doing in life. Cool. We good, guys? You guys all ready? All right. So let's get ready to go. I'm going to reposition the camera here so you can see the mat. I'm going to walk you guys through these stretches as we go.
Can you see me?
Yes, we can see you, Christy. So Christy's going to just dance on her blue mat. And I don't know if she's going to do any mobility. So we're going to get yourself situated, get yourself on your mat. I'm going to call these out. We're going to start with a 1-minute deep squat. Christy, you start the timer. So remember, guys, just to get you set up for success on this, the deep squat, go a little bit wider than shoulders. I want you to really go open. You're going to pigeon toe your toes out slightly. What you're going to do is initiate the hips away from you, keeping a proud chest. Lower your center of gravity down nice and deep. We want to try to get the hip crease below the knee joint. All right? If it's easier, put your elbows on the inside of your knees, press those out. Really feel the hips opening right now. Maybe a little tight from all the squats and burpees. It's all good. Weight in the heels. All right, we got 1 minute of this. 1 minute. Really open up the hips. If you want to shift a little bit from left to right, go for it. Oh yeah. Don't worry, this is the first minute. If you can't get all the way down, that's fine. Go to where you can. Try to keep that proud chest, right? Weight in the heels. You should be able to wiggle your toes in the position that you're in. You're doing great. 30 seconds. And then we're going to go to a saddle stretch. Whoa. Trust me, if you're feeling stiff right now, it's all good. I want you to notice the tightness. Because when we redo this and we end on a 1 minute deep squat, you're going to notice how beneficial 15 minutes can be. You're going to feel how beneficial it is. All right, 3, 2, 1, let's transition. Saddle stretch. We're going to go down to our knees. I like to put my knees about shoulder width apart. Big toe just touching each other. We're going to then sit back. All right. Now, if you can't sit back all the way onto those heels, just go to where you can. You might be in the standing, seated upright position. You might put a medicine ball underneath your butt just to limit that range of motion, or a pillow there. But you're going to ultimately be working to get back on those heels. All right. This is a big stretch for the quadriceps, a little bit in the hips and the glutes. I know some people that will go all the way back. I am not one of those people. Christie is one of those people. She is very flexy. Flexy. As our friends at Romwad say, swole and flexy. If you guys haven't checked out Romwad, it's one of our favorite apps. And it's great if you're looking for mobility workouts of the day. They have a whole assortment of them. You pay a monthly membership. It's actually really cool. I'm not affiliated, by the way. I'd like to be, though. So Ramad, if you're listening, reach out to me. Really.
Right, we're over halfway.
Over halfway.
If you need to get a little deeper, feel free.
Be really careful with this one. You should be feeling a nice stretch in the quads, right? You're also going to notice a nice stretch in the shins, especially your ankles, top of the feet. Don't worry. You'll always notice the stretch is going to apply to the area that needs it the most. Don't fight it. If it feels like something's stretching, you're probably doing something right, but don't go past that point. You know, our bodies have a certain mechanism, and it's there to protect us. We got 10 seconds left. And then we're going to go into our puppy pose. All right, good stuff, guys. 2, 1, good. Come on out of that. Nice and easy. Not too fast. You're going to move to the back of your mat. We're going to then stretch our hands out. We're going to bring our chest down towards the floor. Butts up in the air. I like to keep my gaze looking forward as I bring my chin down, as I try to get my chest towards the floor. I feel a big stretch in the back, mid-back to the back of the shoulders. Even my lower back a little bit. Remember, big, deep breaths, guys, throughout the entire stretch routine. So deep breath in, fill your stomach. Feel that diaphragm move. Deep exhale. Remember, we're holding this one for 2 minutes. What's really interesting, if you look at the animal kingdom, you just look at how these animals are always stretching. They're pretty mobile, little guys. Even monkeys. Monkeys are really mobile. I like to be mobile like a monkey. Big, deep breaths. Time goes through. Then we start this one. No, it's 2 minutes. Wait, we got 20 seconds left. I lost track of time. Time flies when you're stretching. Deep breath. 3, 2, 1. All right, come on out of that. Nice and easy. We're going to lay down on our stomach on the mat. Ugh. Put your hands down. Forearms flat on the ground, palms on the floor. Your palms are just in front of your shoulders. We're going to slowly press our upper body up. All right, you can adjust if you need to. The forearms. This is the Sphinx pose. You're going to feel a good stretch. Typically in around the L4, L5 area of your back, sort of like in the mid-upper back. As well, you're going to feel a bit of a stretch in your abdominal area. This is a bit of an ab stretch. Now, if you're someone who's very flexible and you're finding that this isn't doing much for you, we can move it from Sphinx or Cobra into a seal. So you put your palms down and then stretch up. Okay? Or as Christie says, this is the Cobra. Or seal. It just depends on where you're at. See it done. But there's lots of different language used to describe this. I love all the animal kingdom. So I feel this across my core especially. All these sit-ups we've been doing and crunches, hollow rocks. For those of you doing the CrossFit Open right now, all those toes to bar, this is a good stretch afterwards. We got 30 seconds left. And then we'll be transitioning into a downward dog for 1 minute. 20 seconds left. Remember, deep breathing, guys. Nice and relaxed. Don't fight any of it. Just sort of sit into it, breathe into it. And the word of today that'll be coming up afterwards is the letter O today. All right, guys, come on out of that, nice and easy. Don't rush it. I put my hand up near the front of the mat. We're going to go up to a downward dog. So really fight for good position. You're bringing your head down, almost like you're trying to put your chin to your chest. Palms flat on the ground. Balls of your feet. You can see us from profile. We'll look like a triangle. Or an echelon, I guess. More like an arrow. You have another 20 seconds left of this one. We'll be transitioning to our first part of the iguana. We're going to be moving our left foot up by our left hand into a sort of a lunge position. I'll show you guys in a second here. We got 5 seconds. All right, transitioning. So as you start to come down, we're going to bring that left leg forward, right? Like you're in a lunge position. Bring both hands down there in front. I'm stretching out that right leg in behind me, so I'm like in an extended lunge. You want to try to stack the knee over the ankle joint, so the shin's nice and vertical. Bring your hands down in front to sort of position you and stabilize you. The more you lean into this right now, pressing the knee out, you're going to feel a nice stretch in the groin. You might be feeling a deep stretch on your right side right now in that hip flexor region. That's that psoas. It goes up around your abdominal area all the way down to basically your knee. Hip flexors being overly tight if you spend a lot of time sitting. This creates a lot of hip dysfunction. When I say that, it's just not functioning optimally, which can also affect our lower back and all sorts of other issues. Sometimes. One minute. So we have another minute in this pose. Now, if you're starting to feel a bit more nimble and limber, you can start to go down with your forearms if you want. Get down a little deeper. We got another 40 seconds we're going to hold. Deep breathing. Just enjoy the stretch. Be one with the stretch. I don't know if that really matters, but Sounds kind of cool. We got another 15 seconds. All right, you can start to come out of that. Ease out of it, nice and slow. All right, bringing the legs back around. We're gonna extend that right leg forward now into that lunge position. Extending that left leg back. Both hands up near the feet. Remember, we want the knee joint stacked over the ankle joint, nice vertical shin. Bring your hands down to sort of support the upper body. The less you're supporting body weight wise, let gravity do its thing. You're gonna feel that stretch, right? In the hip flexor, on the left side probably. You're also gonna feel your right side hip opening. You might feel a bit of a stretch in your right or left glutes as well. Really depends on you and where you're feeling it the most. Trust me, your body is gonna feel it in the area that needs to be stretched. Don't overthink it. Just deep breathing, sit in that stretch, enjoy it. Deep breathing. We have 1 more minute left. So as you're starting to warm up, guys, and get into this sort of flow, and you feel like your hips are opening up and you're just feeling a bit more limber, you can start to bring yourself down closer to the floor if you want. It just heightens that stretch. Twenty seconds left. Awesome. Come out of that nice and controlled. Good. We're gonna stand up now, okay? I know you're feeling it, the hips are feeling pretty open right now. Really simply, you're gonna do a nice wide stance. Go as wide as you are comfortable with. Push the hips away, hinging your upper body forward. We're gonna just let our hands just dangle, our arms dangle. Upper body just sort of hang there. And as you let yourself just hang forward like that, you're gonna feel a stretch in the hamstrings. You're gonna feel a nice stretch in the lower back as well. Just let that upper body hang. We're gonna be holding this for 2 minutes. Christie likes to call this one the ragdoll, and I actually agree with her. I do feel like a bit of a ragdoll right now. Just sort of letting myself hang there. Of course, if you want to go a little wider with your stance, allow you to get down a little lower, go for it. It's up to you. Don't overstretch. Deep breaths, guys. Just deep breathing. We have 1 more minute of this. Good. 30 seconds left. Christie's just saying she's feeling a nice stretch in her lower back and how much she's loving this one. It's amazing. We just let gravity do the work for us. We just got to hang out. Literally. 5 seconds. Good. Slowly coming out. Gonna stand up. Nice and slow. Just sort of ease into it. Whew. All right. Good work. We're gonna go into our last 1 minute. We're gonna do our deep squat again. Remember? Nice and deep. Back to that starting position. Whoa. How much more upright are you right now? Notice your posture. Do you feel like your chest is much higher up? Do you feel like the weight's nice and comfortable in the heels? Whew. I don't know about you, but man, I feel way more open right now. Do you notice how open you are, Christy?
I feel just so much more.
Seriously, guys, how good do you feel right now? Right? Oh, this feels so good.
There's definitely a comparison from the first minute to this minute.
Boom! Yay! Hands up, everybody, hands up! Yay!
Done. Great workout. You spent 15 minutes, 3 seconds exercising.
Great
Right.
job.
Shake it out a little bit. Good work, guys. Hey, Pete, hey, Anthony, how you guys doing? Nice to see you guys.
Everybody. Great job.
Ooh, there we go. Sorry. You guys got really dark for a second there. Anthony, Pete, how you guys doing? Oh, my fingers are on the way there. Richard, Jason, Fonger, what's up? Michelle, how are you? Erica, how did it go for you guys? Leland, hey, good to see everybody. That's awesome. So that completes just the mobility portion of today's segment. As you guys know, we're on day 15 of the Whole Life Fitness Manifesto. And every day so far, we've been having a theme word, if you will, of every day. And it's really a word that we've been reflecting with when we do our mindful meditation or even our personal development, or even when you're just out there enjoying the day, right? Living your life. It's a word that we want people to just sort of think about and see how it shows up in their life. Well, today's letter is the letter O. And of course, I'm going to welcome back two beautiful ladies to help present to you what the letter O is today. Hello, ladies.
Hello.
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 Let me put that up a little bit there. There you go. Good. So what's the letter O?
It's optimistic.
Optimistic.
Hopeful and confident about the future. A mental attitude, positive, favorable, desirable.
Ooh, I like that. Bet you guys are optimistic. But what?
I'm gonna get to go to school in Bali.
I am optimistic that I will get a massage later today. No. All right. Well, thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Are you sweating?
Yes, being positive and optimistic about life and looking at the glass half full, not half empty.
That's right. You know, optimism, I think it's one of those wonderful traits that we all have access to, right? And it's just some of us, it just gets buried a little bit, you know, just through life's experiences. But I think about being a perpetual optimist. I've been accused of that in the past, and I'm okay with that. I will take that, and I will wear that with a badge, because I'd rather look at the world through the rose-colored glasses, if you will, or look at every situation as if the glass is half full, not half empty. You know, because that's just how I am. That's how I'm wired. And if you think back to it, and I don't know if some of you are familiar, but Napoleon Hill, who wrote a book called Think and Grow Rich, right? And basically it's a compilation of interviews with some of the most successful people of those times. And this book was written like over 100 years ago. And what's so interesting about that is it's timeless. A lot of these personal development gurus and teachers and leaders in the industry of professional and personal development, they still quote things written by Napoleon Hill and shared by him. You know, and one of the irrefutable laws that he talks about, and it really it's not so much a law as it is a way of life, is positive mental attitude, PMA. You know, and so it's interesting, right? Just attack things. Be a perpetual optimist. What's the worst that can happen? You get accused of being too positive?
The same people make fun of you. Who cares?
You get made fun of? Oh, well. And look at that, Erica. I'm optimistic I'm coming to Bali. Yeah! I like that. That is a great use of the word of the day. Big points, bonus points for Erica. So with that, I want you to think about optimism and being optimistic, and how can you have that show up for you on day 15. And it should not just show up on one day. Even though we want you to focus on it for one day, it should be part of your being, right? Look at life as if the glass is half full, not half empty. Everything about it's awesome. Okay, we're going to do 5 minutes of guided mindful meditation. And so I'm going to invite you to get back down into a comfortable position on your mat, maybe a saddle position like we were doing earlier. That's completely up to you. Let me reposition our camera here, get set up. Christie's going to get the timer going. Remember, guys, meditation is not a race. It is simply an act of really just trying to calm the mind. And just, it creates a space for you to just let go of everything that's happening. The world's a busy place, and that never changes, right? Our lives are busy. But taking 5 minutes, just 5 minutes, can be extremely cathartic and therapeutic, right? It can really help you lower your stress. There's lots of studies I've shared in some of the articles on my blog. Check it out. Talks about mindfulness versus meditation. What is the difference? How does that show up for you? How you can practice it. I got a whole chapter in my book, the Whole Life Fitness Manifesto, dedicated to just this subject in itself, all right? Trust me, it will work and it will do wonders for you, but you have to take the initiative to practice it daily. So I invite you right now, if you're just tuning in, 5 minutes, okay? Just give me 5 minutes. Close your eyes, unless you're driving. Either way, if you're driving, you shouldn't be on your phone. Naughty, naughty. Okay, 5 minutes. Close your eyes, focus on deep breaths in, deep breaths out. We might cue you a few little things throughout. All right. Everybody exhale together. Inhale for 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pause, and on your own count now, continue. Exhale together, get all that air out. We're going to challenge ourselves with a 6-second inhale now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. Exhaling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. Exhale for 6 count. You go ahead. Try to maintain that. Remember, slow and controlled breathing. You're not forcing it to keep the tempo. Right? Just naturally find that rhythm. into the world today, think about optimism. How does optimism show up in your life? How can you be more optimistic in certain situations? What's got you excited right now? Awesome. Give yourself a round of applause. Round of applause. For a silent cheer. All right, slowly come out of that. Oh, whoa. Your feet started to fall asleep on that one. That was some deep breathing. Get the tinglies. Whoa. All right. Whoop. Let me put my camera angle back up here. Hey, Joseph. Hey, Kimberly. Hello, hello. Good to see you guys. You late to the party? That's all good. Whoa, okay, go ahead. Wrong finger. It's because he corrects me. Hey, good work, guys. So now, that was 20 minutes. 15 minutes of mobility, 5 minutes of mindful meditation. Now it's on you. 10 minutes of personal development. Concentrated personal development. Like really just go fill your mind with something positive. It could be a great TED Talk, could be an amazing podcast. It could be you having a great conversation with somebody you deeply respect. All right? Whatever it is, go and feed that mind of yours. It is that muscle that needs your attention most. Because we can help you get started. But until you've created a mindset and a lifestyle, it's very challenging to sustain that, as we all know. To see a lifestyle transformation truly take root, and we go from this thing of I should, I would, I could, to becoming I want, I do, I love, I get to, it can take as long as 18 to 20 months. Literally, it takes a long time. Think about it. You've got a lot of years that you've already lived, a lot of ways of doing things that have brought you to where you are now. We have to recognize some things have been very good because you're a great person. And those choices, those actions have brought you to here right now. But you have complete control and can make a decision and choose, ultimately, your own adventure of where you're going tomorrow and every day after. Yes. And you can start living into that. Right? Making those choices actively. And they don't have to be massive shifts, massive choices. Just small little things every single day. As long as it's bringing you closer to the lifestyle you want, you're on a great journey. A journey of progression, not perfection. Anyways, I get excited about this stuff, as you know. So take some of the things that we've talked about today. Enjoy your day 15 and really crush week 3. This is week 3 of our 28-day cycle. Man, we're only halfway through. That's awesome. It's great. We got 2 more weeks of fun ahead of us. So, sending you some love, celebrating you guys. Have a wonderful day. And, yeah, I guess that's it.
See you tomorrow. Same time, same place. Peace.
Peace out.
Bye.